Listen, it is not because you're black. Your color has nothing to do with it, okay? People are just tired of excuses and the lack of accountability, the entitlement, the defending of dysfunction. People are just tired of it. Oh, and we also recognize that anybody can be racist. But we're going to start this off with this clip. Can you be racist to white people? Y'all probably won't be surprised by this woman's response to this.
Can you be racist to white people?
No.
Why not?
Listen, educate yourself on racism. You cannot be racist to white people.
But how? Why?
If you look it up, you'll understand. Cracker.
That's racist?
No, it's not racist. There's a difference.
If it was the other way around, then I'm racist.
Yes, because who was enslaved?
Why are we throwing it back that far?
Who was enslaved?
Everybody. Everybody was enslaved. Why didn't he just say that? Seriously.
Maybe racism isn't real. The higher powers are just controlling and doing that so we fight amongst each other.
Be for real.
I'm being for real. I don't believe in it. Like, why can't we all just be friends?
And right at the end, she called him, it says that this word right here. And she says that, you know, I heard her earlier say that that isn't racist. So she says you can be racist to white people and then proves you can within 5 seconds. We've gone from fighting racism to redefining it based on who's saying it, based on who we like and who we don't like. And people tired of it. I sure am. And it's not because we're racist. It's because of this double standard that's exhausting in our community. We as black people feel like we can get away with anything and talk any way we want. Speaking of entitled, this woman claims that white people are entitled and they need to stop trying. Seriously.
I think the biggest issue in our generation is white people feeling like they have entitlement over other minorities, feeling like they need to be at least in America, feeling like they need to be at the top of the food chain, and they're not. This country was built off of slavery. This country was built off of immigrants. This country is built on stolen land. Respect the people that you took this from and understand that we are telling you you are wrong.
How do you think white people can do better?
Sit down. Sit down. Stop trying. They don't feel like they need to take any type of accountability, and because of that, that's why our country is the way that it is. I think
That's quite literally, when people get to talking like this and they literally talk about themselves, it's so narcissistic. People are so unaware of the type of person that they are. I know I'm generalizing this based off of this first interaction, but just how she did this, she seems very narcissistic. She says white people are the problem and that this country was built on racism. And the only way for them to make things better is for them to sit down and stop trying. But then we yelling about we need reparations from white people. So they got to stand up and try. So the solution to racism is white people surrender. Let that sink in. The scary part is this type of mindset is praised in our community. I mean, people champion this. No logic, no healing, just entitlement, marked as activism. Ever wondered what it felt like to be white in America? She does.
So, white people.
You got to speak up now. We got to be able to hear you clearly.
So, white people. Question. What does it feel like to be white? Especially if you're white in America.
All right, let me get this for you. White America, I got you. I feel like I'm more than able to tell this lady what it's like to be white in America. Put it this way, it's like you being the bigger brother, right, of a younger sibling, and then you get in trouble for everything that the younger sibling does because they blame you because you were born first.
That was perfect.
Let me break it down to you.
That was perfect.
You're not able to complain about anything, even though you have the numbers. You're not able to say anything because people will blame you for the past. One thing I do know what it's like to be white in America. And I know you're saying, John, but you're not white. How do you know? It's annoying to be white in America because you're made to feel like you're the cause of everything, even though you've never been there. You weren't born. All you want people to do is stop talking during movies.
Hold on, what's going on, y'all? We have some technical issues right now.
Pull their pants up.
Hold on.
Raise their kids. Stop having abortions. Treat their women with respect.
Give me a second, y'all. I'm having some technical issues. I can't even tell you what's going on right now. My computer's been acting up all month. Seriously, you see this? Messing up the flow, man. We were just going. It was good.
White people.
You're not able to complain about anything, even though you have the numbers. You're not able to say anything because people will blame you for the past. One thing I do know what it's like to be white in America. And I know you're saying, John, but you're not white. How do you know? It's annoying to be white in America because you're made to feel like you're the cause of everything, even though you've never been there. You weren't born. All you want people to do is stop talking during movies, pull their pants up, raise their kids, stop having abortions, treat their women with respect, and be happy. And stop complaining about shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. But that's not the world we live in.
Of course not. You know, and this is where the tone changes. But like she asked a very honest question. And for once, it wasn't a setup. It was real. It wasn't no trolling. And this brother right here, you know, he answers it in a way I don't think anybody expected. It's like being blamed for everything your younger sibling does just because you were born first. Whew, come on, Longs. Whew. If y'all can tell, I'm congested. I know y'all can hear me wheezing and all other stuff, but that was a very spot-on analogy. That's not hate. That's a breakdown of how millions of Americans feel every single day. Blame or guilt-tripped. Powerless to fix a mess that they didn't make. Thomas Sowell, I said Thomas Sowell, wow. Elon Musk in the rabbit hole. The premise of reparations is taking money from people who never owned slaves and giving it to people who never were slaves. For moral and practical reasons, this is feasible. Whew. I can't breathe, man. I'm okay, though. I'm going to go take a breathing treatment. I had to get my videos done today. Anywho, back on track. If you were to give reparations to everyone whose ancestors had been slaves, I suspect you would have to give reparations to more than half the entire population of the globe. Slavery was not confined to one set of races. From Thomas Sowell, a quote from him. Elon Musk responds with, more like 100% of the world. Everyone is descended at some point from both slaves and slave owners. Everyone. Now, here's what they don't teach you in school. If we played the reparations game globally, everybody gonna owe everybody. I mean it. Shout out to Thomas Sowell for landing out, and Elon Musk made it clear. We all got slave and slave-owned blood somewhere in our family history. So what's the plan? They're going to write checks until everybody feel better or actually do work to move forward. Black fatigue. Is it real?
I just want to state this for the record. There's no such thing as black fatigue. People don't got black fatigue unless they're just flat out racist. You know what we got? When I say we, I mean all good Americans. We got nigga fatigue. We are sick and tired of people acting like niggas. That's all that is, you know? And they come in all different shades. We're sick of people not cleaning up their yards.
Yep.
People acting a fool in the community. People shooting at each other. Drugs in the community. All the people coming out of the woodworks and trying to excuse the bad behavior of bad people. while simultaneously saying that we all need to stick together and support this. Like, who in the world is coming out in defense of Diddy right now? Who is coming out in defense of Diddy? How come y'all not shaming Megan Thee Stallion for getting an innocent man locked up? You got Tory Lanez sitting in prison right now, and then you got people coming to the defense of Megan Thee Stallion saying, "No, this is what women need a safe place to come out and speak. We always getting told that we..." Shut up, stupid. She lied, locked the man up. We got nigga fatigue. And that comes from males and females on both sides of it. Nigga fatigue. They can be black, they can be white, they can be brown, they can be red, everything in between, because it's a whole bunch of different shades of niggas. I got nigga fatigue myself.
Hey, I know that's right. I know this might come as a punch to the gut for some of y'all. Y'all might not like it, but hey, you need to hear it. People don't have black fatigue, huh? We just, tired of the loud, ghetto, disrespectful energy that constantly get glorified. Not only glorified, but it's protected in our culture. Protected. They defend it. I'm tired of actually being kicked out of my community for pointing it out. I'm always called a racist for calling out the ignorance. Or I'm simping for the white man and all this other stuff. And I'm sure white people are tired of being told to shut up because they're not black or sit down. What they're really saying is, we're tired of the nonsense, no matter what color it comes from. And guess what? I agree. 100%. 100%. Now, it says, it's not because you're black. It's because you're loud and disrespectful, and you defend dysfunction. More of the good black people are starting, oh, wow. And this is from a black creator. Black people that act like racist, violent animals. This ends when we all stand up and say no more.
It is not because you are black. I repeat, it is not because you are black. It is because you lack morals, self-respect, and character. You are loud, you are obnoxious, disrespectful, with very little regard for anyone else. You don't just tolerate dysfunction, you defend it. You protect the degenerates, and then you try to silence anyone who is calling for accountability. You let the worst of the community become the face of the community, and then you get upset when the world treats you like we are all degenerates. And then you want people to care about black lives. When black people kill more black people than anyone, we are first in line to get an abortion. And the children that are actually in the community, they can't even fucking read. And then instead of holding accountability for the things that are actually going on in our community, we scapegoat white people. White people that have nothing to do with what is going on within the black community. So if it is because you're black, thank other black people.
This woman, man, she just dropped more truth than most people will ever do in their lifetime. For sure. She didn't say, their perspective is, well, I'm sorry. She didn't say that you're wrong because you're black. She said, people treat you differently because of your behavior and how you act around people. That's the same way that anyone else would, if I'm being honest. It's legitimate. We see people all the time, man. I was called, not in myself, but just in the community. They make fun of you for everything. Oh, look at him trying to read a book. Who you think you are? You woo, woo, woo. And instead of fixing it, we defend it and call it culture. That's not culture. That's chaos dressed up as identity politics. Now, bringing us back to that reparations conversation. Shout out to my guy, Jeffrey, man. 1.6 trillion in spending power. And what do we do with it? Black Americans don't need reparations. What we need are better spending habits. Less focus on looking rich and more focus on becoming. Amen to that.
Against black people. We are in a moment of anti-blackness on steroids, and we refuse to be silent. We will not back down in our pursuit of racial justice. The antidote to anti-blackness is to be pro-black, and we will do it unapologetically. The United States government owes us a debt, and we need reparations now.
We're pro-black. Government, give black people free money. Bruh. Black Americans don't need free things from the government. We need to learn better spending habits. We need to focus less on consuming and more on producing. In 2021, the spending power of black Americans reached a record high of 1.6 trillion, representing 9% of the nation's total buying power. This signifies a significant increase in the economic influence of the black community. While spending power reached record levels, it is worth noting that black net worth declined by 14%. We had more spending power than ever in 2021, and with that, we actually worsened our financial situations. Every other major demographics net worths increased. We got more money, and we dug ourselves into deeper holes. Black Americans don't need reparations. We live in America. There is more than enough opportunity here. What we need to learn is how to properly handle money. Black Americans as a whole, we focus on looking rich more so than actually being rich. And that's exactly how you get more money and worsen your situation with it. And until we want to look in the mirror and have these honest conversations, we're going to continue to have problems. I'm tired of reparations. Reparations, be quiet. These are the people that black Americans will vote into office and be like, yes, we want you to represent us. This is part of our problem. Like, think about it. When we had more spending power than ever, we made our financial situations worse. That's not the white man. That's not racism. That's not the system. That is very poor decision making. This country has spent hundreds of billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, helping black Americans. Let's keep it real. Let's stop complaining about the white man. Let's stop complaining about racism. Let's stop wanting reparations. And let's get to work. There's too much opportunity here, and you are too lucky to be in this country to spend your time complaining about racism, history of the white man, and whining about reparations. Grow up and move on. Let's get to work.
Ooh. You know, obviously I have a respiratory infection. It's really hard for me to breathe. I got to get this commentary out because I need to go get in my bed, sitting upright, give me a breathing treatment and all this other stuff. Just can't afford not to upload. But let me leave y'all with this stat. This man just said in 2021, 1.6 trillion, and somehow black net worth dropped to down 14%. That's not racism. That's what we call bad habits. I'm serious. We pick designer clothes and shoes over real ownership, vibe, the look, as opposed to actually being. And until we change that, it don't matter how many checks you get or hashtags y'all tweet. Our people, or it don't matter how many people you try to blame either. Look, man, if we want respect, we got to show respect. We want equality. We got to start living our life like we're equal. Okay? Because it's not our skin tone that's the problem. It's our excuses that's holding us back. Y'all be safe. Please go check with somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Me, I got my 3 videos done. Now I can go work on this. Thank y'all for the well wishes. I don't know what's going on with my health, y'all. That's the reason why I haven't been able to upload as much for these last couple of weeks. It's nothing deadly. I'm just going through a series of health issues, man. It's really random. But I really appreciate y'all's support. I can't afford to not upload at all because of this algorithm change and all this other stuff, man. Thank y'all. I say that to say I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the extra donations to help me keep afloat since I've been, in and out. Thank y'all for the likes, comments, and shares. I promise y'all, don't be worried. I'm fine. I'm just about to upload this video and go lay down. But please, go check with somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.